Rick, you've obviously made a point of calling out the effort of Jarace Walker the last couple of games in terms of what he's been able to do. I guess to dig into a little bit deeper to that, I mean, like, what stood out to you just about just the approach he's taken? Is there anything you've seen him, I guess, change in this stretch that's led to him having a couple of successful games?
Well, he's playing with force. He's playing with force at both ends. Doing a lot of good things defensively. He's rebounding the ball, stepping into the right shots, and as a third-year player, things are going to slow down as you progress in your career, and reads become more obvious, and he's making good decisions.
You obviously use the word force a lot, and the importance of that, I guess. What does it take to get that through to a young player to get him to really understand what it means to do that on a consistent level, and how have you seen him figure that out over time?
Well, all this takes time. None of it happens overnight. I mean, these guys that come out that are the high picks in the draft are younger guys. They're all one-and-done guys. So they come out, they're 17, 18 years old. And this is a different game. It's different than AAU. It's different than college. It takes some time. But Walk is a smart guy. He has seen things. He studied a lot of film. And, this has been an amazing opportunity for him because he's gotten to experience what it feels like to not do it the way he needs to, and then to make the adjustments and to do it better. And doing it better means that it is harder. And if you don't embrace hard in the NBA, you're in the wrong business. I mean, you just are. But he's embracing that, and that's making a difference.
Did anything feel different about his confidence, the way he's carrying himself the last couple of weeks?
I always feel like all our young guys are confident guys. It's just some of this stuff just simply takes time. It just simply takes time. But he's a guy that has a great body. He's strong, physical. He can absorb contact. He can dish out contact, and he's using his strengths. He's using his strengths, and he's doing some very, very good things.
Cam Jones is able to play in some games, practice, things like that. How have you seen him kind of, his whole rookie season's pushed back a couple months because of this injury, develop maybe on the path you guys hope to be on this year, and where have you seen him get better in the last month or so?
Yeah, he's been healthy. That's a big help. And he's been able to play in some games and had some good stretches. Right now, he's just got to stay ready. And staying ready means that he's got to get in all these pickup games with the low-minute guys. He's got to do work on his own to stay tuned up. We'll see what the G League schedule looks like. If there's some opportunities for him to get some G League games, that's certainly a possibility too. But the kid is a four-year player from a great program. There's a lot of wisdom, and as we've seen, he's kept himself ready. And as I mentioned, he's had some very good stretches.
I want to ask about Jay Huff and his tendency to reverse on dunks all the time. I guess sometimes that's a little bit just for show, but what does it help when he's able to do that in kind of short spaces, I guess, when it's required?
What does it help?
No, I mean, does it matter? I mean, does it help, I guess? I mean, have you seen in positions where, all right, if you can't reverse that or if you don't have that kind of
Look,
balance?
you're talking to the wrong guy. I can't relate to reverse dunks. I like 4 dunks in my life. He has a knack. I don't know what else to call it. It's he's got length. He can palm the ball, which gives him the opportunity to do some different things. I mean, I haven't seen a guy go under the basket and do like this. But look, people are talking about it. That's cool. As long as the ball goes in the basket, I'm not going to be any complaints from me. But look, I'm happy for Jay. Things have not come easily here, and he's worked very, very hard. but the work is endless. It's endless, and it's no time for him or anybody else to exhale right now.
Sure. Any of your 4 dunks memorable? Remember your last?
No. No, not at all.
Each of the last 2 post games just now, Rick's been really praising different aspects of your game. Without getting into the specifics of what he said, but to have that endorsement, how does that make you feel?
I mean, always good for the head coach to show love, you know. Been through so much my 3 years here, so just to have that feedback, that love, that support from the big dog making all the decisions is definitely fire.
He mentioned your film study. How important has that been along the process as you've tried to improve?
I mean, the film never lies, so I mean, just watching my minutes every game, just seeing what I could bring to the team, see what I could do differently, see how I could help the squad has definitely been important. So just being able to visualize it and then just see, like I said, what I could do differently, what I can improve upon.
I think a player naturally thinks about their offense. When I asked him, I think yesterday about you, he brought up the defense. So where do you think is improving defensively for you?
I would just say just being more ready, just being more alert to the actions about to happen, being the first guy to create contact, being more physical, boxing out, being simple but effective, and just being locked in on that side of the ball.
Shots going in, obviously, looks and feels good, but what do you feel like you've done better in this stretch to earning all this praise for?
I would say just being more consistent and just trusting my instincts, trusting my game, not overthinking it, just playing basketball, just keeping it simple.
He always talks about force and you know, wanting everybody, wanting to play with more force. What has it been like to try to match the level that he wants? I mean, because I imagine you hear that, but actually like getting there is harder than it sounds.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a process, but I mean, I feel like the film definitely helps. Just being able to see what he's looking for and then just trying to imply that to my game day in and day out and just make a conscious effort of it. So I feel like it definitely starts with film and then just having the right instincts to just apply the level of force he's looking for.
Is there anything that he showed you like that's like this is what I want to see, this is what I don't want to see, that stood out to you that kind of made it make sense to you?
In terms of force, I would say like just always boxing out, always busting over screens, just always being in contact with my guy, and just being physical, just being a physical presence out there to make a difference and make my presence known.
I think your rookie year we talked a lot about gambling and getting used to not doing that. But I mean, obviously you've managed to have some big steal games when you played solid defense. Like how have you kind of married your hands, your ability to get your hands on the ball with still playing kind of forceful, steady defense? How have you made those things kind of work together?
You know, I'm definitely still fighting. I miss reaching a lot, but just staying solid is more important than getting the steal. Just staying in front, staying in between my man and the ball. Definitely making a conscious effort of that this year, and I feel like it just helps our team too. I'm just in more positions to get stops. I'm not behind my defender or needing help because I'm reaching. So I feel like just staying solid and making the simple plays has helped the team as a whole.
Are you seeing like playing steady with force creating more opportunities? I guess are you seeing opportunities to steal the basketball that don't necessarily come with reaching, but come with staying ahead of your guy and the ball becoming available?
Yeah, to an extent, just use my hands, use my instincts. I feel like I'm in more lanes now than on ball, so I feel like just being more conscious of where I'm at on the floor, being in help positions, but also seeing my man and just reading the offense as well.
What's been the most impressive part about Pascal's season?
I would say consistency. Day in and day out, he's always there. He's always playing hard, making the right reads. So I mean, just the consistency day in and day out. How he's always ready to go and make an impact on the team.
You mentioned film. I'm sure a lot of that you're watching yourself. But what part of film study do you sometimes watch what he does and try to maybe, take something from him or even emulate him a little bit?
Yeah, I would say the early seals, the post-ups, and just his ability to get to the rim. He's like real slithery, real like decisively quick. So I mean, just watching him, just taking bits and pieces from his game and trying to implement them to my own.
Did you change anything in your game day routine or your game prep in the last couple of weeks?
No, I haven't changed nothing. Music, read, taking care of my body a little bit more, but nothing really.
I saw Rick working with you on post-ups and stuff like that. Is that something you want to add more and make a bigger part of your game?
Yeah, for sure. Especially because of my vision, I feel like I can see a lot of things from that spot. The game slows down in that spot, so just being able to continue to work on it continue to try to be effective, and especially when I have smaller guys on me, especially playing like the 3 or the 4. So just picking my spots, knowing when to, when not to. But it's definitely a part of my game I can add to.
Doing a story on Jay Huff and his reverse dunks. How many times this year have you seen him do something just weird that you haven't seen before? And is there anyone that really stands out?
The curl one,
Yeah.
that one got it by far. The one hand single curl is crazy. But just simple stuff he was doing early in practice, training camp, even preseason before. But yeah, definitely an exciting guy to watch.
They were talking about dunk contest on the Peacock post-game interview. You think he has the capability of entering a contest like that?
Yeah, I can see that. That'd be loud. That'd be dope.
Have you ever tried to do a reverse dunk or emulate the reverse dunk?
Nah, I like my shoulders. Cool.
You started now several games in a row, and that group continues to praise you for the things you're doing with them. How would you describe the process of acclimating with them? I mean, you didn't have a lot of reps with any of those guys heading into this stretch.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. I think this year, not having a lot of reps playing with the guys I'm playing with now, like, it's going to take time to adjust and kind of get confidence and trust, like, from my teammates and that sort of thing. So I think the more we play together and stuff, the easier it's going to be.
Is there a game or a moment you felt like, okay, I get what they specifically need of me, or you felt like the trust really clicked, you figured out where your spots were coming from? Is that an ongoing process? How does that?
I think it's ongoing. Yeah, I think every game is just going to become more and more comfortable. I'm going to doing things that's going to be less of a surprise, or more teammates are going to be able to anticipate what I'm going to do, or vice versa. So it's an ongoing thing.
Is there ever a level of basketball you played where you were either guarding or playing center before these last couple of weeks?
No, it's a new thing for sure. But yeah, I'm willing to do whatever. Yeah.
What's different when you're doing that? I mean, is there any actual thing you're thinking about that you need to do differently when you're the 5, or is it not that different for you?
It's really just guarding ball screens, like defending the big on ball screens. That's something I hadn't done before. So just trying to shift my mindset. But yeah, it's been good. Yeah.
Rick always talks about just the responsibility of starting. I mean, that's the phrase he uses with us, at least. How does that strike you, basically, in terms of, I guess, the defensive matchup that you have to take on? You know, how is it just a different thing that's being asked of you, and how have you responded to that?
Yeah, I think the way teams start games is so important just for how the games play out, and so I think it's just there's more pressure and kind of having to set the tone right. So I think everyone's just a bit more locked in. Start the game, you know, you're getting their best shot, they're getting our best shot. So yeah, I think it's setting the tone is just so important.
How much of a difference do you see in just the quality of player that you're defending to start? I mean, like, obviously when you shift in throughout, you might have to guard tough guys, but when you go out there and it's one of their best 5, what's that taken? What have you noticed about just the quality of player you have to guard now?
It's exciting. Yeah, I think being in a position where I'm guarding some of the best players in the world, I think it's the best thing for me. Even when I'm going to make mistakes and that sort of thing, I'm going to be able to learn from that, and you know, just being given that experience and that opportunity is going to be like really good for me. So yeah, it's great.
A couple of weeks ago, I remember asking you about a game, and you played well, but you said, "I just want to help the team win." Now that you've won 3 in a row, how would you describe the vibe and the positivity around here?
Same thing. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything different from that conversation we had. I'm just still trying to, as I said, do anything that's going to help influence the team in a positive way.
Do you think that Charlotte game was a little bit of a turning point, though, and everyone, winning the game and then kind of having it built to now a 3-game win streak?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of putting 4 quarters together that game. But yeah, I think winning makes such a big difference. Yeah.
You mentioned sharing the court with people you're not as much used to. When you're on the court with Pascal Siakam, what have you learned about maybe getting out of his way, but then also working alongside him? Yeah,
it's a balance for sure. He's going to do his thing. Everyone knows that, and I think just learning how to play around him and knowing that how much attention he's going to get. So trying to figure out ways where I can kind of slot in and find gaps. And try and help him out, take some pressure off him in any way. It's gonna be positive. But yeah, he's obviously got a lot of attention towards him, so it's trying to help him.
Seems like since you've been in the lineup, since Aaron's been back, you guys have moved the ball pretty well. I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think makes this group operate well, smoothly? I guess, just especially on the offensive end.
I think we're just all super unselfish. We all want to kind of give other people opportunities to, do their thing. There's never really a time, like my turn, your turn kind of thing. It's just what's the best option, what's the best outcome. That's kind of what our mindset is. Yeah.
Kind of a goofier question, but I see you on the bench sometimes after shots mimicking what your teammates have done. So when Jay Huff dunks in a goofy way, can you even simulate those? Can you
No,
turn your wrist that
that
direction?
one last night was one of the wildest dunks I've ever seen. It's just like I couldn't physically do that with my shoulder and arm. So that's why everyone's like so shocked when he does things like that, because it's like just so unique.
Now that you've seen him do it, have you ever tried to do it yourself?
I've tried, I can't. It is so unique. Yeah.